Welcome to the Glow Getters podcast. My name is Fahey-Ahrndt, and I'm your host. I teach and inspire leaders to step into their productive selves and find their true potential. I'm a passionate creative and scientist with over 8 years of healthcare leadership experience. At age 25, I stepped into my first management role and didn't find the leadership advice I was looking for. So here I'm giving you the tools to end burnout and enjoy a vibrant career and life. Glad you're here to learn and grow with me. Now, on with the show. Hey, Glow Getters. Welcome to the Glow Getters podcast. I'm Kayla, and I'm your host. Welcome to day 4 of the 5-day #May Morning Take Back series. I'm very excited that you're still with me, hanging out on day 4. We're almost done with the series. It's so cool. I'm so happy to hear all the positive feedback from you guys that this is really resonating with you, that you're actually taking your mornings seriously, setting out intentional times to sleep so that you can wake up uninterrupted, making sure you have that wake-upable alarm, ensuring that your feet hit the floor in the morning. And love seeing all the posts about gratitude and what you guys are grateful for. Spending 5 to 10 minutes in the morning a day shows that you can be a healthier, happier person with a really positive mindset, able to see the good that's happening around you and focusing on that so that you have a really successful day ahead of you. Yesterday, we talked about reading personal and professional development for 10 minutes a day to fill and fuel your mind with good, positive, new ideas, things that are going to push you, challenge you to be more successful, to realize your limitless potential. I know you guys are all capable of that, and it's just so cool hearing some of the books that you guys are interested in reading, and I can't wait to pick my next book after I'm done recording this series. So let's dive into today's topic. We're on day 4, and this is all about movement. So it's one of my favorite topics because you guys should probably know already. If you don't already know, I'm a health and fitness coach. And so I have been working out doing Beachbody programs since August 2018. And I have always been an athletic person. So I danced for 10 years, ballet, tap, jazz, point. I also, when I was in middle school, ran track and, played softball, all of that. And then in high school, I ran cross country. Loved running long distances in terms of, accomplishing the goal. Didn't really like running so much. Loved volleyball. I was in show choir, so totally did the whole Glee thing. And marching band, everything. Just very active. And, I've always considered myself a fit person. And then I found health and fitness coaching after I had my baby. And I was like, this is amazing. And the cool part about it was I had structured programs that helped me, know what I was supposed to be doing. So, anyways, that's kind of when I reignited my love for exercise. But it's even more meaningful to me in terms of the population and public health aspects. So you guys probably know I'm finishing my master's of public health. I'm actually in my last semester and we're celebrating graduation in 2 weeks digitally. So they're doing like a PowerPoint type of live stream on Facebook. So it's going to be really interesting. I think I'm going to see my face on the slide. So that's cool. I'll have graduated or experienced my graduation ceremony before I've turned in my thesis. That's okay. Feels kind of weird. I'm sure you guys have probably been in that position if you've done a master's degree. I've been doing my master's of public health. And one thing I've always been interested is in health and nutrition and the state of obesity in the United States. Volunteering with the American Cancer Society, we know that obesity is a chronic disease that, I participate in lobby days and things like that, where we'd go to the Capitol and talk about, why obesity is such an issue in children and adults, and kind of have coalitions with other organizations like the Heart Association just to form a movement around, just a healthier lifestyle in general, instead of, targeted campaigns really specific to our different organizations. I loved forming coalitions and really working together to show how important this is to our communities. So I just want to point out, if you have access to a sidewalk in your community, you're pretty lucky. If you have access to a community health center in your community, you're pretty lucky. If you have access to, a fitness gym or something like that in your community, you're pretty lucky. And also, saying this without being offensive, you're also pretty privileged. So, not all communities in the United States are walkable and safe. So, I just wanted to kind of point that out, that I think that if we have access to these things, we should definitely take advantage of them, because other communities just aren't as lucky and aren't as privileged. And so there's definitely some health equity issues in the United States. But the cool thing is that we have the power to help change that. And the cool thing is that government, federal and states, are working towards initiatives that build a healthier and stronger America. That's kind of their slogan, by creating ways for Americans to be more physically active, which includes walkable and safe communities with sidewalks and bike routes and all that stuff. So you should be jazzed about that. I know that's really cool. I just wanted to let you know that if you're interested in this, if you're passionate about this, if you want to do something, I put a couple PDFs in the show notes showing some statistics, some different facts and figures. And I put I think it's a PDF showing, if you scroll through it, you can see which states have initiatives for healthier communities, more walkable, safe communities. And you can contact your legislator to let them know it's a priority for you. Or you can look at what other organizations mentioned in these PDFs and get connected locally with those. And it would be great if we could all form a movement. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm really loving health and fitness coaching, is because I can actually help populations get healthier by moving their body every day. So now that I've talked about that, just wanted to point that out, that I'm so grateful that we can take advantage of the situations that we have to be able to live healthy, successful, meaningful lives, and that's amazing. So, about 1 in 2 adults live in chronic disease, and about half of this group have 2 or more chronic diseases. Pretty crazy. Only half of adults get the physical activity they need to reduce and prevent chronic diseases. Another crazy figure to me is that $117 billion in annual healthcare costs are associated with inadequate physical activity. That's a ton of money that we could save if we all spend some time and were able to be physically active. Um, 1 in 10 premature deaths could be prevented by getting enough physical activity. So, 1 in 8 cases of breast cancer, 1 in 8 cases of colorectal cancer, 1 in 12 cases of diabetes, and 1 in 15 cases of heart disease could be prevented by adults getting enough physical activity. And now I'm talking about adult statistics because you guys are likely adults listening to this podcast, but we know there's definitely benefits for physically active children that are very similar to adults. And if you're active as a child, you're likely to be more active as you get older and even into the aging population. And that's going to be so beneficial to you throughout your whole life. So there's definitely economic benefits to being physically active, but also health benefits as well. I mentioned the healthcare dollars spent, but I also want to mention, if you are healthier, you take less sick days at work and therefore you remain more productive. And so it's good for the workforce, it's good for the economy. And if we have physically active communities, we can make them safe and walkable and have bikes and safe places to drive, so pedestrians can be safe when they're walking. This is all benefiting all of our communities, including population health. So just wanted to share that with you. So, okay, you're probably like, okay, like let's talk about what the recommended amount of movement is every day. So it's interesting because I was preparing for this episode, and I think everybody knows that statistic that says like exercise for 30 minutes a day. And let me actually share what the recommended movement amount is. So the recommendations for what we all need is moderate intensity aerobic activity. So anything that gets your heart beating faster for at least 150 minutes a week. So that could be 30 minutes, 5 days a week. You can kind of space it out how you like. And then they also recommend, in addition, muscle strengthening activity. So do activities that make your muscles work harder than usual, at least 2 days a week. So this is good for like bone density and just being strong overall. And so that's why they have the muscle strengthening activity. So we all know that and I hope you know, and some things that I felt from working out and being physically active is activity move boosts your mood. It can help with sharpening focus throughout the day, can reduce your stress, and it can help improve your sleep. So, all amazing benefits from moving 30 minutes a day. So I'm going to upload this really nice PDF that shows um, the recommendations, and it also shows some really cute graphics. I think they're cute that show some options for working out. So I think that people think of like movement as exercise and working out, and they think of like something very specific. Like maybe they think of running, or they think of like high intensity interval training or cardio or something like that. But actually, anything that gets you moving counts. So if you're like in your garden, that counts. If you're dancing, that counts. If you're walking your kid in a stroller, like that counts. If you're, outside, raking your yard, that would count. If you are vigorously vacuuming your house, that would count. Walking your dog. So there are so many options for you to move for 30 minutes a day. I'd like to have a specific program and schedule just because, like, I don't really like to have to think about what I'm going to do. I like to always have like a designated time to follow a plan. So that's my preference. But just know, like, I get texts all the time from people in my challenge groups that say, "Hey, I raked my leaves in my yard today and did a whole bunch of gardening. Does that count?" And I'm like, absolutely, it totally counts. So, whatever gets you moving. So, you're going to want to focus on this for 30 minutes a day after you practice your gratitude and read your personal development. So, in your mind, can you think of something that you can do to get moving every day? Maybe it's that, by now your child is up, so you're going to take them for a walk. Maybe you're going to go for a walk outside. Maybe you are going to be able to follow a fitness program. So there are a lot of different ways that you can find activity to do. The first way you can find free workouts would be to find them on YouTube. You can also look for workouts on Pinterest. Um, and then I have actually linked some free sample workouts for you in the show notes. I'm linking one of my favorite programs. It's called Bar Blend. It's like bar and Pilates and yoga and dance all in one. I love it. I love it so much. I'm linking the current boxing program that I'm doing. Never done a boxing program at all, but this is like amazing for cardio and really, really cool lifting. And so that's a really good program. That's 5 days a week as well, with 2 days of muscle strengthening activity. So really cool. And I'm going to link a few of my other programs so that you can choose from some of your favorite ones and have something to start out by trying for 30 minutes a day. So I hope that helps. And I feel like after I get my workout in, I know that, okay, I've sweated out anything that was making me anxious or was from yesterday that I hadn't let go of. I let go, and I know that I finally did something, that I did something for me, and that I can move on to my day and know that if nothing else gets accomplished for me today, then I feel super, super good. So, if you want a little bit more structure around your workout and you tried some of the sample ones, or, you're done with the free ones because you want some continuity, I just wanted to let you guys know that I do run a challenge group or virtual studio every month. And so I have one open right now that I'm enrolling for because I like to keep my groups, it's getting bigger, and I want to still be able to offer one on one coaching to folks. And so I'm limiting it to 5 people. I actually have one person already who has a spot in that. So I have 4 spots left. I started enrolling into the group on Monday, the 4th of May, and I'm going to leave enrollment open until May 15th or until spots fill up. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would highly encourage you to visit my website. You can go to glowgetterslife.com/virtual studio. Or just visit my website and you can click on the little button that says join my virtual studio. So I'm making this fun and I'm continuing the hashtag May Morning Take Back theme. And just because I think it's going to be really cool to like dive into this, keep being consistent over it. And of course, we have one more day to talk about the last thing that I do every morning. But I did want to share that now that you know the core of the hashtag May Morning Take Back, the foundation, the specific activities for most of the activities. I did want to let you know that I'm going to be continuing it, and I've been going in depth about more of this information in my challenge group currently. So, what do you get when you sign up? It's one-on-one access to health and mindset coaching with me specifically. It's not something that I have done hardcore so far. I've mostly mentored and coached people as a group, but I do reach out, weekly and regularly to my challengers. But this is going to be even more if you're looking for more mindset coaching. And so it's out there for you if that's something that you want. Um, Access to my Glow Getters community with kind, supportive, and fun humans. You get access to nutrition and meal plan support. So I like to put together recipes and most recently, like grocery shopping templates for me. And with this, you get a lifetime membership to a resource rich and structured nutrition program that I do that's sustainable. So it's more like a lifestyle. It's definitely not a diet, it's just a way to live. You also get a year membership to an enormous catalog of online workouts. So when I work out, it's to a structured program that tells me what workout to do every single day so that I know what I'm doing. It does include rest days. And the catalog is enormous. So there's like over 1,000 workouts to choose from, and all those workouts are organized by program and they're themed. So it's really fun. You can do a program and then move on to the next without worrying like, oh, I'm going to fall off because I don't have something planned. So that's what I really love about that. And then I try to make my groups fun. So I run it in a private app where we track our workouts and nutrition progress, and I offer incentives and do monthly themes and prizes to make it fun and motivational. So if that's something you want, there's a form on my website. You can go check it out, glowgetterslife.com, and see if that's right for you. So just to recap, guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode all about movement. I talked about my why behind exercise and movement, really being obsessed with, ensuring that we reduce obesity in the United States and globally. Talked about some of the CDC initiatives to make our communities more safe and walkable, and really talked about health equity. And if we have the opportunity to be healthy in our homes, then we should definitely take advantage of that and in our communities. And then we talked about the designated amount of physical activity you should have. So that's about 30 minutes, 5 days a week, or 150 minutes a week, where you get your heart rate up, and then a couple days of muscle strength training to help with strong, healthy bones and muscle strength. So let me know by screenshotting that you're listening to this episode what kind of workouts you love to do, whether it's walking, structured program, taking your kid for a walk, walking your dog, doing yard work, vacuuming the house, all that jazz. Let me know what you plan to do for your 30 minutes of movement. And I will talk with you tomorrow for the next and final day of the hashtag May Morning Takeback series. Thanks so much for listening. Have a good one, guys.
All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening to the Glow Getters podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave me a good rating and review on iTunes. It really helps me get this podcast in front of other people. If you'd like to connect with me, please follow me on Instagram at Kayla Fahey-Ahrndt. And you can always check out my website for more content, blog posts, and recipes at glowgetterslife.com. Thanks, everybody, and have a great day.